Hi, and welcome again. Um, yeah, welcome to another stream. Doing some more Argentina stuff. Um, I was thinking like what I should be doing on this stream, but I honestly don't really know what I should be focused on. One side of me is screeching at me to finally finish off the area and stop saying it's finished because it's not finished. The other side of me is screaming at me to move on with the track network and to complete it. Um, yeah, frankly, I don't know. Yesterday evening, I spent some time on making the signals function properly. What I didn't realize back then is that on the stream, I've used the incorrect signal types, so I had to go back and replace those signals afterwards. But anyways, now they all work. Now they're all exactly how they should be, how I want them to be, except for these four, because there isn't really any good option for these guys, and I hate it. I'll see. Maybe in the future I'll manage to find a suitable replacement that I could go with, but yeah, I'm not so sure. So I didn't touch on these at all, but I did touch all of these signals and I scripted them up so that they show the correct aspect, so that it all works and is programmed and scripted how it's supposed to be. So it all connects up nicely. And I've done that for the entire 4-track section of all the signals. You can see the different aspects here and basically everywhere. Depending on where the train is, how I switch the junctions and everything, you're gonna see different aspects, flashing lights and combinations of lights and stuff like that. So that's all nice and everything. Um, now, now that I thought of it, I don't know what speed limit I have here actually. Um, this section. Okay, so this entire thing is at 40. That's interesting and fun, I suppose. Hmm. Um, yeah, I'm conflicted as to how exactly I want it all to be, but yeah, I guess starting here with the signaling is going to make more sense. Thing is, for me to fully do the signals properly, and I myself need to pre-plan and understand on how I exactly want them to be. Um, because essentially this is a meetup of four different track speeds and two different, no, sorry, three lines. So basically different exits, entries, and stuff like that. That all needs to be configured and showcased properly on the signals. Preferably, it would only be um, sign speed limits, but I feel like at certain locations I would need to use signal limiting speed limits as well. Especially for signals in this direction, it's gonna be quite interesting and uh, relatively confusing to work with. So, yeah, we've got our dose of signals yesterday, or I got my dose of signals yesterday. So I'm just, so I anonymously just decided that I'm going to continue out this way with the tracks. I did play some tracks down, to get an idea of what that spline. Okay. to get an idea of where I would like the tracks to go and what terrain elements I would like to have around here as well. So let's get down to it. The obvious first thing is to do is the grass. It needs some foliage on the bottom to make this nicer and easier for me to work on. And know approximately how far away from the tracks I want stuff to be. And I was looking at the area on the maps again, and even what I've noticed yesterday, there actually isn't a lot of forest. It's mostly just flat land with bushes and stuff. So I would like to have some of that here as well. But yeah, don't exactly have any idea of like how to really go about it, how to bring it in. But I'll be slowly figuring that out during this stream as well. So I would like to have those big grassy expanse, maybe some uh, water features here and there. To really give it a feeling, I guess. Also bring some terrain elevation to this section as well. Once I get once I start working on the grasslands, as I'm gonna call them, for the bigger open areas. Okay, right now I just want to define the approximate size of like the width of the forest that I would like to have here. Then obviously push it more to the side if I decide to do the grasslands here and there. But I'm gonna need to find some different grass plants for that as well. Ones that are more like taller and allow me to work a bit more on like with the terrain as well. Expand tiles a little bit here and there. What's the water height at? Minus 330, okay. So that's pretty much going to be my aim for this area. I need to be careful because this bridge is not exactly tall. I don't want them to. No, I don't want it to float. But the water level of 330 is too low for this. Yeah, it doesn't intersect the average at all. So gonna have to aim for a different water height. I've been thinking of minus 0.5. So 50 centimeters below 0. I think that could work much better. But yeah, I want to like define the area like where I would like to have these different waterways and the canals and stuff. I'm just gonna do this. Paint water under the entire section here. and then I'm just gonna bring the terrain down. I think that's gonna work better for what I want this to be. Move it only a bit that way. Little. That's gonna be in for that one baseboard there. Actually, I don't need that one baseboard there, do I? So I don't. Just gonna do this as well. That gives me this entire area to work with when it comes to water and stuff. This bridge is the same as the previous one, so not really tall. So I need to be careful on what I do with the terrain here. Some smaller waterways around here as well to make this feel a bit better. I have a lot of different splines to work with in here as well. That way I'll be able to make this feel a bit more natural. Yeah, this is nice. I like the way this is working out here so far. It's going to be interesting to um, make this all detailed and stuff. Need to be careful about the depth of water here. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I like this. All the different waterways in here. Gives it a little bit more natural feeling to this being a massive river delta that the player is crossing through. Hello, new person in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Hello, a pleasure to meet you. Greetings from Uruguay. You're doing all the routes in Argentina. No, this is my first route that I'm making in, inspired by Argentina. Not, I'm not really keen on doing a one-to-one representation of routes. Um, but this is my first route generally from South American region. It's nice to see someone in here as well from that area, which is quite nice. But no, this is my first Argentinian route. I've only ever done previously a European styled routes and maybe a little bit of American, though. Yeah, that's not really something I'm good at. But yeah, me being from Europe, I prefer European routes. I prefer to make those routes as well. They feel more natural. I can speak, I promise. They feel more natural to me. Um, so yeah, this is my first ever South American route. So not really familiar with the region. Not really sure like what to aim for when it comes to certain aspects of this. But I'm trying. Pretty much inspired Argentina. It's not a real life representation, though I am taking inspiration from real life. Yo, sorry I'm late. Welcome into welcome Kango, welcome. Finished working, I'm a train driver. Oh, that's nice. It's from southwestern UK. Oh, congrats. That's great. I'm helping a creator with videos for my train routes. Oh, that's nice. Started using a Hungarian train. Now I'm with an American one. Oh, okay. You work as a train driver in Uruguay then, I guess. Correct. Since you are from Uruguay. Also, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name. I've never really pronounced any of the South American countries previously. So my pronunciation knowledge is rather limited. Started with the guns Mavag, and now I'm with a G Alco Series 1500. Yes, I've been a train driver since 1998. Oh wow, that's amazing. That's very nice and very interesting. Yeah, I myself haven't had the ability to be a train driver yet, I guess. I'm an electrician, so my field of work is somewhere else, I guess. It pretty much just hold on. I pretty much like when it comes to trains, I'm more of like just a fan, I guess. It's more or less my hobby. It's not really something that I would like to do. But yeah, that's nice. 1998. That's a long time. So you've been a train driver for uh yeah, okay. My math is doing wonderful today. What's it? It's 2023, isn't it? So that's 25 years. Okay, nice. Wow, that's amazing. What trains do they use in Slovakia? A lot of different trains. Hold on, you've mentioned the Guns Mavag, sorry. I'm just gonna real quick Google to get an idea. Okay, I see. Do you perhaps know which engine precisely? Because I mean, Hungary is the southern neighbor of mine, so. But yeah, trains in Slovakia. I mean, mostly electric trains. I don't know how it's like down in Uruguay. But yeah, we have mostly electric trains, but many of the lines are also still um, not electrified, so they're diesel only. They're rather boxy as well. I do have some of them in the game as well, which is quite nice. I would say so myself. But I guess the most recognizable engine that we really have is this one, the class 131, double electric engine used for freight trains in the mountainous region. The design itself is like from the 80s, 90s, and the oldest electric engine we have running is like from the 60s, the late 60s. I've got those in here as well. Let me find one. That's this one. So this is the late 60s. This is both freight and passenger. They are. You can find them on some of the fast trains today, but they are also part of like the stopping trains and like regional express trains as well. Whereas this one is only freight. We of course have some other ones as well. The class 183, for example, is also freight, also for the mountainous area. It's got an interesting arrangement of bogies, and yeah, also it's electric as well. Then a classic diesel is the class 751. And there's another one. I wonder if I'll be able to find it. Yeah, in the back, I'm gonna put it there. But yeah, this is mostly freight, but you will find them on some passenger trains as well. But that's rather more rare nowadays. But yeah, these are still in use. Also, like Soviet era design. Same for these guys. This is essentially a sister train to that one. And this one you'll find mostly on passenger services. But there is some places where you'll see them in freight service as well. The rolling stock between Slovakia and Czechia is pretty much shared. As well, we used to be one country. A lot of the engines that we have today are still from that era. Wonder if I can find. Yes, I can. But it's not going to be better for that. Just some of the engines that we have in the countries. "709. I want to find 771. Yes. 781 is worth mentioning as well. I'll show them all to you. Don't worry. That's a DMU like that. Okay. So, some more electric engines. You'll find these in service for freight and passenger as well. This is the class 263. It's got a sister class 163 and 363. There are different versions as well. There's 161, 162, 163, 261, 262, 263, and 361, 362, 363. The last number, actually, let me just go from the front. The first number determines what voltage it's for, whether it's single voltage for 3000 DC, in which case it starts with a 1. If it's for 25,000 volts, then it starts with a 2. And if it's for both of them or more, it starts with a 3. The last number that on the first section is essentially a this. So it's basically the revision or the type of it. So the 363 being the newest, having some more features on the 262, and that one having better than the 261, for example. But yeah, these are used for freight and passenger services. These ones are solely for passenger fast and express trains. You can find them running on the main line between the two biggest cities. In the country, so yeah. We pretty much have only one main line through the country that's suited for these guys, and these are the only engines that are actually rated for 160 kilometers per hour, so highest speed possible on our network. But yeah. They're pretty much express trains. Now this is something that's I have it in the Czech livery. I don't have the Slovak one, but it's a small little regional DMU. There's a motorized and non-motorized version. There's also one which has an open gangway and another unit at the back of it. So that there's a lot of different types that of this little rail bus that we have running. There's different classes. This is 810. There's 811, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18. And each one of them is slightly different than the previous ones. It really just like comes down to like different types. Well, maybe I can just do this. I'm sorry. Just do this. But yeah, here you can see the A10s in the Slugger livery. This is the 811, I think. No, hold on. There isn't an 811, is there? No, there isn't. Oh no, there is! 811, that one. On the right. The 812 on the left. The 812 was the most common one that I saw where I live. Maybe it still is. The 813 is, yeah, the one with the open gangway. So it's a double, basically. One front unit, so sorry, two front units with a middle connection there. This is also an 813, but a bit more modernized. You can see that. It's yeah. This one for some reason is not very popular. But it looks the best. Not sure about the 814. Do we have an 814? I believe the Czechs do have an 814, unless... No, that's a 914. That one's also fun. It's a variation of this one. And it's got 3 carriages. It's a triple unit, but it can be double as well. It's a... yeah. It's a bit more customizable. But generally you'll see it in a 3-car configuration. 815 is not really a thing, is it? I don't remember exactly all the names. I believe 818? No. Okay. But yeah, we have a lot of versions of these. There's also this guy. I believe this is the 853. Yep. A very old DMU. I don't think they're used anymore, besides some museum runs. But I could be wrong about that. I'm not certain. Only have the Czech livery. They don't run in Slovakia anymore, from what I know. Now, this is a 742. There's also a variant of called 741. They're essentially the same, just slight differences. This is like pretty standard diesel shunter, or very like branch line freight engine, pretty much. You don't really see them running passenger trains anymore. They used to have like the short ones, but now it's exclusively pretty much just a shunter engine. Very occasionally you'll see it on a branch line going up and down, or yeah, stuff like that. Industrial railroads and things like that. This 709 is only a shunter, a small one, and yeah, it's only ranked for like little amount of stuff. It's a fun little thing to use. Now this is a big branch line freight engine. It can be used for shunting as well. You will maybe see it somewhere used for shunting, but more or less it's pretty much a proper freight engine for branches and not so much on the main lines anymore, at least. This one, 761, is the Soviet design M62. Very old, outdated. You'll find it only running in a museum at this point. Now here's class 242, their freight and passenger versions. This is the Czech livery. I don't think... No, I can't remember having them in Slovakia, but we did have them in Czechia. They still operate, of course. But yeah. Passenger and freight operations. So freight not that much anymore, I would imagine. This one is 182, a bunch of different variations of the 183 that I saw, that I shown earlier. Freight only. It's a bit of a different variation. 122 is the shorter variation, pretty much of the previous engine that I just shown. It does passenger and freight, though freight not so much anymore, I believe. And this is an old German TMU. The only reason why we have it in the game is because it was running from the city that I live in into Prague, the capital of Czechia. So quite a long journey on this little train. But yeah, there's a lot of different trains that we've got, and I didn't even mention all of them. Like this one, for example, is the newest engine that we've got. It's an EMU used for stopping services on the main line, class 661. We have a diesel equivalent, pretty much older, class 861, which does the stopping services on the branch lines and like the diesel main lines nowadays. But I wonder. I don't think I'll be able to find. Okay. 7-1. Yeah. And we have this one as well. This one's come in like two different types. There's just EMU, like it is right now, as you can see it. Cab car, middle car, cab car. With a pantograph in one of the cars, so essentially just a EMU. They also service the stopping trains on the main line. Quite nice, these guys, very modern. A bit older than the single deck ones that I've shown before, but younger than the diesel units. There's another variation of these where it has cab car and I believe two middle cars, and then pushed by a separate engine, a push-pull basically. Yeah, this here. You can see it here basically. So cab car, middle car, and an engine at the back for push-pull service. We also have Vectrons, of course, class 3H3. In this wonderful livery. So yeah, a lot of different trains that we have in use in our country. Let me read the chat now, because kind of got taken away for quite some time now. I was looking at the photos, and from what I saw, I think you use more Germans and Austrians, right? No, not really. It's more or less Soviet design trains. I found this look very interesting. Gas DVM4 shunters. This model number, alright. Is my Percy train. Oh, okay, I see. That one looks nice. Very interesting design. Hold on, let me put it on screen. Very interesting design on that. I like that. I like the look of it. Rather unique. First train, okay, nice. Like the colors, they are beautiful. Super trains they have in Slovakia. Thank you. They're very old though, and we are hoping to replace them soon. They're at the end of their lifespan. They are 40, 30-year-old. Some of them, from the 60s. Yeah, it's yeah, very old. This is the one I can. This is the one I currently use. Oh, just from the preview, that looks nice. I don't want to open videos because of copyright strikes and stuff, so I'm gonna get to see this still in use. Look nice. I think in TS Classic I have a route from Slovakia or near that country. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of content available from there, from that area. Maybe there's the two largest cities, so there's Moscow. No, Košice and Bratislava. It's on the opposite ends of the country. Banská Bystrica is in the middle. Bratislava is in the west, which is also the capital city, and Košice is in the east, basically almost at the or like near the border with Ukraine. Same with those inner headlights. Never seen a Moonlight A13 before. It looks nice. Here we have a version similar to that, but French production. Thusly may just be recompensed. Hello, Shadows, welcome. The Arriva DMU is a DV Class 610. Yeah. Wait, what was I talking about? Yeah, I don't know. Looks German. I mean, the Skoda for EV. Yeah, get a better idea. Oh yeah, this one. I mean, you could tell that it's based on the typical German double-decker cars, but it's it's a new design of the city elephant they have in Czechia, which is this one, plus 471. Very old. Not really sure which year they are from, but what we have in Slovakia is much younger than what the Czech have. Of course, they have some modernized units as well. Um, you can see this one is older. It's got the no, this one's not older. This one's from Ukraine. Yeah, okay, but yeah, they've been exported as well, so you get the idea. Germany does have some similar ones, though I do think all the German ones are local hold. Yeah. That. One of my favorite units is BR Class 442 in Southwest Trains. They're unfortunately not around anymore, never got to see them IRL, but still. Oh yeah, these guys. I like them. Image source. Okay, I see. It's just a website like that. Okay. Um, doesn't have a copyright, don't worry. You have permission to see it. Okay. So this is your YouTube channel. I like that. That was cool. Interesting train. Is that for like cement transportation and yeah, stuff like that, I guess? Not much by the mood and the sound of the engine. Did you know? Fun fact, the library asset that the TRS22 used was updated yesterday to no longer support any trains version older than TRS22 SP2. But this means that it is quite likely that after 3 years of building the MVR to remain compatible with TRS19 may all be for naught in literally the last few days of development. Oh, that sucks. Hopefully they're gonna do something about that. Wait, no longer support any transmission older than TR22 SP2. Aren't we on SP2 right now? Hold on. I'm trying to think. Are we on SP3 or SP2 in 2022? I think we're on SP2 now, but no idea. It has been active since 1956. Wow, that's long. That's the guy who always photographs and records trains. He already captured me many times. Oh, okay, I see. That's nice. The main build number it supports is 5.3 according to SEC. Oh, fuck! I read it wrong. I'm sorry. Updated to no longer support anything other than Trains22 SP2. Oh, I understood it as nothing past SP2. Hmm. I mean, you do have Trains22. Just move ahead already. The main build number it supports is 5.3 according to Zach. Yeah, you can see it in Content Manager as well, essentially. There's another one that we have active. This one is from France, Awesome BB56. Oh, the BB units. Oh, that looks interesting. I like. Sorry. I like the light setups on that. Very interesting unit. Oh boy. I haven't done any work in the game. um. Right, what was I doing? That's right, I was placing grass. The way I want this to be represented is like it being kind of like seasonal floodplains and stuff. Um, I suppose that would be like the best way to describe it. But yeah, got I need to line the riverbanks with grass lines, slightly protruding into the water. I think that's gonna give it a bit of a better look. Over here, I can just overgrow it completely. The smaller streams I'll just completely cover in grass. But the bigger ones will only have the grass on the shoreline, like this. I'm not fully certain yet if I want this to be the grasslands already or if I want to actually like go ahead and make it lived in like it is in real life. So a lot of docks, a lot of houses lining the riverside. Maybe I have to decide on that. Or whether I want to have it just be a forest again. I would like it to be grasslands, all of this, but obviously that means I need to um, place a lot of grass down. I need to figure out the areas and how I want them to be. But I think that's only gonna do it good. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the grassland treatment in this area. So I'm gonna line some bushes on the shores of the rivers and stuff like that. I don't want to abandon all the people who didn't upgrade to TRS22 since the two games are so similar in the non-Platinum Plus version. Yeah, that's fair enough. The windows of these remind me of those German B200 diesels. Yeah, absolutely. Sure, dice. Just so you know, Trains22 uh um the support for Trains22 I believe ends next year, but I'm not sure on that. But yeah, we are closing in to where I assume they would like to release another game. They've been teasing the train's model railroad, but that's not really something I'm interested in. So I wonder, like, what direction they're gonna head for when it comes to this completely, you know? Cover up this island here. Sorry to take you away for taking away your time. I don't be. It's okay. I'm here for the community. There's plenty of time. Yeah, we have a lot of time to spend. When the time runs out, well, doesn't really matter anymore. There's always another day. I hope to stream every weekday. Doesn't always go as planned, unfortunately, but I'm trying. So what I don't manage to finish today, I'll finish in my spare time. I mean, I played this game in my off time a lot. Anyway, so I'll do some off-stream work regardless. Get some stuff done and then continue next day on stream or off stream again. So time for me is not really a problem right now. I have plenty of that. Um, that reminded me, time. Kengo, regarding the Saturday stream, do we have any plans to move the starting time then? What would be possible for you guys to move the stream time to? I would like to know so that I can relay the information to Brand and so that we can get a concrete start time on the open TTD streams and stuff. They're somewhat similar. I'll be back in a bit. I have to do something. Alright, see you in a bit. Super 422 ends next year. Yeah, either next year or the year after. Um, yeah. Which I'm not surprised, to be honest. Because on paper, if you think about it, it feels like not a lot of time. But being actually right now in 2023, playing 22, yeah, I get it why. Because of the live service and everything, they need to like keep up the profits and everything. I don't imagine that they would be able to survive releasing a new iteration of the game um more like sorry, less frequently with longer time gaps, you know. So I'm not surprised that it's entirely profit gained, and I do understand why they're doing it. It's annoying, yes, but I don't really mind thinking about it. Because for me, it's like, if you think about it, there's a lot of people who spend money on their hobbies, you know, stuff like that, and I consider this game my hobby, so I don't mind paying certain amount of money for some time, you know, like every so and so. As fucky as that sounds, I still do like N3V and this game. And while I'll definitely be bitching about the features that they implement or don't implement, and stuff that they say they are doing but don't do, and stuff they break, and things like that. Well, I'll be angry about it and bitch about it. There's no way I'll be going away from this game that easily. They would have to do a really big fuck up for me to do that, because there is no good alternatives. And even then, like, you can just, there are methods to circumvent the online verification, so even if they go out of service, you can still keep playing the game and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not sure if the support ends next year or the year after that, but I'm guessing it's close. They also want to release the new trains model railroad version thingy, so that's gonna be a lot of people gonna be bitching about it. Oh, another new trains, fix your existing features, yada yada yada. You know, and while I do agree, to those people, to some degree, it's not something that like, how do you explain this properly? I don't really mind. I guess as I said, they would have to fuck up immensely for me to go away. Train Sim Classic and Train Sim World is not an alternative in my mind. Because Dovetail Games is a lot more scummy when it comes to just modding and stuff like that in general, with the DLCs and things alike. So definitely not interested in anything Dovetail Games is doing or the way they're handling it. But yeah, honestly, I have to admit, while I did bitch about it back then when I got Trains 22, when I actually got Trains Plus, um, oh, how did I do it? I think I firstly bought Trains 22 and then I got Trains Plus. Not exactly sure how I've done it, or what I did precisely, but yeah. For me, that investment was well worth the money that well worth the money that I paid for it, just based on the amount of time that I've put into this game. Well, true, I haven't really released anything substantial for this game. Um, I don't mind. I think I got my money's worth for this. But yeah, of course, everyone can have it different and stuff like that. So, not influencing you or anyone else. All on you to make your own decisions about stuff and games and things like that. Actually, let me read the chat on. Yeah, I do get that. So, would 7 p.m. BST work on Saturdays? So that would be 8 p.m. for us, right? That means until 10 p.m. That's what we're doing already, isn't it? No, we're doing 9 to 10. This would be. So no, we're doing 9 to 11. This would be 8 to 10. I want to ask Brand because he really has to decide on that because it's mostly for him. I mean, if possible, would it be possible to move it sooner? Okay, now Brand just immediately replied that nope, it's not good. Waiting for his suggestion. Nah, we need to move it an hour earlier if possible. How do you explain this properly? I don't know. Explain it to me, then I'll gladly tell you. Fun. Currently it's 8 p.m. BST. Hmm. So that would be an hour. 7 p.m. Yeah, it needs to be 1 more hour. So preferably on 6 p.m. BST, if that's possible for you. You say you've gotten your money's worth out of TRS22 based on the amount of time spent on it, but the question really is, have you gotten your money's worth out of TRS22 as compared with spending that same amount of time TRS19 instead? You mean that you've already paid for TRS19 previously? Yes! I would say yes. Though I haven't really utilized the multiplayer surveyor, for example. I did utilize Surveyor 2.0. I'm slowly learning stuff from it, so that is also helping me a little bit understand how it works. And, just there isn't really like that much of a feature difference between the games, I admit. Nor is there any graphical improvement at all. But I feel like generally, despite that, the performance just generally seems to be better anyway, so they've done something to it. We do have the HD terrain now as well, so that's also a fun thing to use. And I would like to use more of it in the future. But yeah, just from the time that I've spent in this game, yeah, I've definitely got my money's worth. Even despite the fact that there's been a several month pause in me playing the game, because I didn't really feel like doing anything. Even despite that, for me, this was definitely worth it. In 22. And I'm slowly thinking about also going out of my way to play the DLCs and maybe just do a review on them. And while I do agree that the jump from from Trains the New Era into TRS19 was a massive improvement, it was still paired with a lot of problems at the beginning, and I didn't really want to get onto TRS19 in the beginning either. Just like I didn't want to go onto Trains22 in the beginning either. It was like, nope, I'm staying with 19. I don't need 22. Honestly, after I've moved, the first time from New Era to TRS19, I was like, yeah, no, this is better. So I've gone with that's how I've ended up with TRS19. If it wasn't for me being like, fuck it, and you know, I would still be stuck in Trains a New Era today with the same mentality of nope, I'm not fucking moving. You know? And the same pretty much happened to me after moving from 19 to 22 as well, earlier this year. But I was also like, nah, I'm not doing this. There's no difference between this, from 19 to 22. I was like, nah, I'm gonna stay in 19. You know, no real reason for me to move to 22. And while I still kind of sometimes go to that, like, there isn't really a reason for me to move into 22, it definitely does feel better. Mainly with, like, the amount of free content that I got as well from the DLS and stuff. Like, I know it's not really, how to say this, fitting to compare this to a model railway, but I'm still gonna do it because that's what I really feel like it. And while I do like model railways, I don't feel like shilling out 500 euro for, a single engine. That's the kind of money that I'm not gonna be making in this godforsaken country anytime soon. To be able to buy model stuff like actual model trains. That's really only possible if you already either have a lot of money or make a lot of money, which I don't, despite being an electrician. So for me, paying $70 every 2-3 years is much better investment than paying $500, you know, for a single engine. So in my eyes, it's definitely worth the move. And I get to support the developers, which means that hopefully they'll be able to stay afloat for another few years, improve the game, improve the content that's available. To give us another reason to upgrade. I don't know what they plan for the next trains version. There isn't any feature that they're working on, as far as I know. So I'll be very interesting to see what they're going to market it on. I'm definitely going to be bitching about moving to the next version of the game, but at the same time, I'm gonna be like, hey, I've been here before, you know, and you know, basically what I've always explained before. And also, just generally speaking, it's like even you know me that I don't mind buying the game for my friends, if I deem that they deserve it. Which is still less cost in my eyes than if I were to have model train or be a part of a model club and, get a load of new friends, get to know a load of new people just to run some model train twice a year. For me, I don't really see fun in that. And I don't so yeah, for me there isn't really any appeal in that. So that's why I always prefer trains to any other train game where you get to build stuff like Train Sim Classic or newly Train Sim World. It, yeah, it's also going to be better in my eyes than spending money on actual real life models to drive around. While it is nice and cool, um, I feel like the novelty of um, like for me, like I would enjoy it like the first week maybe, and then I would get bored of the model trains. I have some old layouts somewhere behind my wardrobe and stuff like that. That you know, I was playing with them for a week and then I put them away. Those sets were expensive. I've got them for Christmas when I was a kid. I played with them like 3, 4 times maximum for a week. Then I put them away. Partly because my parents were, needed to clean the house as well. I had a model railway on the floor, and partly because it just bore off of me. So yeah, I know for a fact that I would not enjoy a model railway, but I do enjoy this what I'm doing right now. This virtual railway. So for me, I don't mind paying $70 every 2, 3 years. Frankly, I don't mind paying it yearly, considering the fact that I've got the subscription. I don't have the gold subscription for 130, because that's too much for me to be able to spend, unfortunately. So you start to see where my monitor limits are now. So $130 for a singular payment for me is way too much. But 70 is like the upper maximum. I've gone out of my way to get the €90 pre-order for Cities Skylines 2. I know, I was very fucking stupid, never pre-order games. I've broken my rule, I've paid the fucking price. Um, Fortunately, I cannot refund it anymore. It's been too long. So now my best hope is to, hope that they're going to fix up the game. So yeah, 70 is my absolute top limit that I'm willing to go for. And it's not like I buy a lot of like FPS games or like the AAA games that cost €70 and come out like every 3 months, just the exact same playstyle rehashed. I'm not interested into those types of games at all, so that's where I save money on. I go for like the smaller indie cheaper games. Station to station, rail grade, I don't know, American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, really. So I do tend to end up with a lot of money at the end of the year that I'm willing to spend somewhere. And I'm going to support the people who I've been talking to. You can freely contact Zach. You can talk with Tony as well. The people who run N3V. They are much easier to contact than some other developers. I would almost consider N3V an indie developer. In fact, they are an indie developer, basically. They've been on the scene for long time. They're not really, you know, fully independent. They do have a publisher. What was it? The Silver something. Can't remember. But you get the idea. I'm just rambling at this point. Let me read the fucking chat. Let's say we'll do 6 p.m. to start with, but could you ask Brent if his availability is scheduled to change at all in the foreseeable future, which would permit him to come later at a later date? I'm gonna ask him. I already mentioned something similar, saying that he has shortened weekend this weekend, so he has to work on Sunday. So this Sunday he has to leave at 21 of our time, so that's 20 your time, I think. Ugh, I hate transitions, but yeah. Uh, so 9 p.m. our time is 8 p.m. your time. He says that he has to leave on this Saturday, but he says that the next weekend he gets a 1 day compensation as a result, so he has a 3 day weekend, which hopefully means that he will be able to stay up longer. So I think what it will end up being is just going up and down when it comes to this. You know, one weekend is gonna have to start early, the other weekend's gonna it can start later. I think that's how it's going to be, but I'm not really sure. We'll have to discuss this better um, when he's available as well, so that we can all talk about it and stuff. So yeah, this feels look like the ones on Scar Hills. Yes. So if use these, please. What is that? Let me check. Mm, Crocodile 6 animated. Okay. Let's get that then. Use these, please. Also, do you have any idea on how long the OpenTD game would take playing on it 2 hours a week? I'm looking forward to seeing how things will play out with it. However, having the stream at 6 p.m. for a long time isn't really convenient. Yeah, I do understand that. I'm trying to find a compromise that we can both agree to. But yeah, playing only 1 hour for Brand isn't really worth it. And I know you guys cannot start early all the time. So it's very you know, it's not optimal at all when it comes to this. So I'm trying to like figure out the optimal solution for all of this. But yeah, there's only so much I can do, because Brand gets his work schedule from his boss. You guys, I don't know what you guys are doing, but obviously something that takes your time as well. So yeah, it's it's a lose-lose situation. Like the only viable alternative I can possibly think of is moving to Friday, but I don't think that would work for Brent at all. I'm not sure. I think he's just gonna be tired after work. But it also depends, because if he has the extended weekend, I believe he has Friday off. So, yeah, we'll have to discuss it all together sometime. I also do enjoy building environments with unlimited space and copy and paste more than I think I would like, spending years and thousands of pounds building in the room size railway that I basically cannot even share with others. Yeah, although I do think I would very much like having model trains like on my desktop. Yeah, I have that as well. Like I have quite a lot of like models and stuff strewn around on my shelf and stuff. I'm gonna take a picture for you later. I'm gonna post it on your server so that you can see. But yeah, I have planes on the shelves. I have Legos on the shelves. I have some other decorations around. I do have some model trains behind me as well. Some old train cars and stuff like that. So I do like the idea of having them as a decoration, but at the same time, it's not something that I've because it's gonna be stationary decoration on a shelf. It's not something that I want to spend 300 euro to have a fully functioning model engine just to sit on a shelf. You know, it's yeah. Pillow. That would make for one effective alarm clock. Yes. Three, I have checked, and Argentina do have Cayman. Okay, that's nice. I see. So would we ask Brent about availability each week then? Yeah, I assume that would be the best, but judging from the way he works, it can also change on a day-to-day basis. So we can get like a forecast, but I don't think we will fully know until the day comes, or like day before. What I mean, and the way we can decide then. Yeah, for the moment, 6 p.m. would work. Okay, I'm happy to hear that. I'm gonna let him know. And also inform him that further schedule changes will be made before each stream according to North and Kango slash shared ice availability. So yeah, we will possibly end up with times when Brand's only for 1 hour on the stream, but at least we managed to. Hopefully, we'll get the times done good for that. So we will just plan it out before each stream so that we can get it working. Maybe use the grass such spline assets here too in the marshfields. Yeah, I will be on the lookout for different grass splines that I could use here, or objects as well. There isn't a lot for TRS19 or 22, that has working what is it, shadows and stuff. So it's gonna be very yeah. I might actually have to use Turf FX for this area, but I'll see how that all will come around. But it's also a very good possibility, and I feel like it would definitely look better. Like if your computer is able to run Turf FX and Clutter, then this area would definitely benefit from having that kind of stuff. Um, I'm not really that big fan of splines, but like you can see the repetition on that. You drive along, you can see it's just the same asset just scrolling around. And while there is possibility to, have it a bit varied, with different glass splines and stuff, they also need to look good in all the lighting that's possible for the route and, stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of glass assets that are absolutely amazing, but they get ruined because of the lighting. Because they're old and outdated. And the thing like is, you cannot really have progress in graphics if you have to keep backwards compatibility a thing. There's only so much you can do. So yeah, um, I'm sure like there's already some kind of variation to it. That already looks better. It's a wide spline of grass. But yeah, there's only so much really. There's oh wow. See, I can line the shores with something like this. Look at this foliage. Very interesting. Very thick. I can see like these ones being useful for some stuff on the sides. So I'm adding those. That's not. But yeah, this for example, right? This has not been updated. So you're gonna see a lot of like weird graphics on it. It doesn't look that good. This one. So it really comes down to like the type of asset that you want to work with. Like this would look best if you just disabled shadows completely. Because now you get these kind of like glitches and stuff, it doesn't look good. So yeah, it's hard to work with. But yeah, this for example, right? You can see you see how it's like half that kind of shadowy, half not. At certain lighting it gets better, at certain lighting it gets worse. I guess this grass is yeah, this plan is not that bad yet. This one can definitely be used. Also, look at this one. So yeah, this cluster graph definitely is something that I could, go with. So I'm gonna add that to my pick list, but you get the idea. Some looks good, something doesn't. This might also be good. Yeah, this might be better for some kind of meadow. If I want to make it. But yeah, I'll have to go through a lot of the grass, like this one. This one doesn't look good at all. The lighting on it is just not good. So, yeah, you'll really have to. I'll really have to go through everything to really see what's good, what's bad, and when it comes to that. But yeah, I want to have this grass as the main underside, like the base, and then move on from that. I'm putting grass everywhere for now. Um, I will make it. I will move some of it around to allow for some buildings and houses in the area as well to replicate what you can find there in Argentina as well. So yeah, my throat is starting to get dry. Can't even remember whether I even drank anything today. I don't think I. Yeah, I have not drank anything today. The only thing that was watery was soup at lunchtime. Oh my god. The horrific realization when when you realize that you skipped an entire fucking day worth of water. Yeah, I'm not feeling weird or anything like that. I was just like, oh hey, my throat is dry, and I started thinking, hold up, I have not drunk anything today. What the fuck? And usually, like, I have like a water thingy. Not really sure how you would call it in English. Let me check translator. Um, a jug, apparently. Yeah, okay, that works. That's the word. A jug, like a water jug. And yeah, I usually every time in the morning I prepare myself some water, like a lemonade or something. Um, different kind of like uh, flavors and stuff. And I drink that throughout the day, and I usually refill in around the afternoon, just before I start streaming, because it just works out like that. But yeah, today I didn't even make it in the morning. I just woke up at like 9 a.m. I was like, yeah, I'm awake. And then I immediately went with my dad to change the tires on the car for winter tires, because some fucking how, I don't know if I mentioned this previously, but on the tire, like we just take off the wheel and put on a new one. No, just generally just change the fucking from summer to winter, and yeah, that's just pretty much the way you do it, the standard method. But you have these bolts that hold the wheel attached to the car on the axle, and some fucking how last time we changed the wheel, we managed to tighten it so much that we broke the big handle that you use to tighten and untighten the bolts, the screws. And we fucking broke it when we were trying to loosen the screws, and we're like, what the fuck? So we've got a new what is it, like, the things that they have in car shops, the little like gun thingy, the pneumatic gun thingy that you put it to the bolt, you hold it for 2 seconds, it comes unscrewed, and then the next one, we bought that, but not cabled, so it's only powered by a battery, but it still has a lot of torque that it can do, right? And holy shit, it did not move it. But we did manage to loosen them. And then we just took another one of those long bars. Not sure how they even call it in Slovak, so I cannot translate it. But yeah, we put them onto the bolt and we pulled so fucking hard. I was pushing on the bolt so that the tool doesn't slip out, while my dad was pulling up so that we can loosen it. But, it wouldn't budge, so we just kept pulling and pulling, and finally, we got it out. And so we were finally able to change the fucking tires from summer to winter. Fucking hell. That was a fun thing today, but yeah, kind of didn't make any kind of water related thingy afterwards either. So yeah. I have not drunk anything today. Now let me read the chat, because it's been. Maybe use the grass. It's fine. Oh, right. Oh, read that. Okay. Friday wouldn't work for me either. Sorry. Okay, I see. Earliest I could do on that day is 9 p.m. Bis. Okay, I see. Yeah, we will see. We'll talk about it with Brent as well, and yeah, we'll see about everything. Other commitments. Cause yep. I'll be right back. All right. How will you hide the side of the other baseboard on this flat terrain? Um, you see, there's this wonderful little thing called forest backdrop. The idea is, because there's forest there, so I could do something like this, like that, and do that pretty much for all of this. And like, I don't even need to like make them twisty and turny here. I can just run one in the back completely. Maybe not here, but I could run here, and I can hide that behind the turns and everything, because the water, it's quite twisty, so I can add some trees here and there, and together, as they are spread out on between the tracks and the edge of the baseboard, they will effectively form like a wall. And then in the back you'll just see, the backdrop. You don't really get to see where the water is at that point. So yeah, that's the entire plan I have. It's definitely working out better on this side. because everything here is pretty much just, it's all twisty, it's gonna be covered easily. But yeah, that's the idea for this area. But yeah, I'll see how it all works out and yeah, stuff like that. Oh man. I shouldn't have thought about that water. Now I'm actually starting to feel rather thirsty and stuff. Alright. Tell you what, I'm gonna call it a day here. I hate grass. There's so much of it. Fucking Christ. Let me just save. Tell you the chat. I think the trick to make 2D flora work in Techno Plus is to have the normal face up when making the model. I'm not exactly sure, but essentially just the two it just cannot cast a shadow on itself. I'm back, welcome back. Also be great for forest ground cover. Yep. Maybe After Effects use the new clutter system? What do you mean? I'm gonna use both of them. Clutter can only do so much. Like Turf FX is full on grass, Clutter is assets spammed in random pattern at an interval that you set or a frequency that you set. So I'm gonna be using both of them because you know TrapFX is grass only pretty much. Yeah, you can do some fields with it, the wheat field, but that's about it. With clutter, for example, you can do like a cornfield, for example, or flower fields and stuff. Like, hold on, let me jump onto Krundorf real quick. I'm gonna show you exactly. It also supports Mac OS. Yeah, you'll just have to move out of Mac, honestly. With the way Apple is just heading with all of their technology right now, I'll be surprised if you guys will be able to play anything in 3 years' time. There are such spines do still look fairly good in Resident Evil found, even though they're not made for them. Yeah. Um. So you can see the flowers here a little bit, right? That's clutter. Random interval assets. You know. You see the green wavy thing? That's Surf FX. That's the grass. They're not the same. And while Mac supports one, yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, I cannot do with it everything. But I do want to use both Clutter and Turf FX. Here, for example, you see all those flowers? That's Clutter. All the flowers, that's all Clutter. You cannot do these flowers with Turf FX. Well, you could, if you made the assets and presets and everything like that correctly, but Clutter is pretty much made for this kind of like bushes and flowers and, this kind of stuff. Turf FX is grass only made and stuff that's, thin and long, rather. So, yeah. This route is beautiful. Releasing it in 7 days. I need to ask Sweater how he's doing with the trailer for the route as well. In just water. Water filter, water pouch, water cooler, water skin, water fridge, jug, water kettle, or perhaps pitcher, maybe, water can, water canister, water barrel, water sack. Oh my god, dude. Oh, yeah, did you get snow yet this year? Yeah, for like 2 hours. Not even that. I believe it was last weekend. Just snowed in the morning. I woke up. I went outside. It was snowing. Yeah, wonderful. It immediately melted. So yeah, and I bet that's all the snow we're gonna get this year and next year. Battery powered bolt remover. Just sit back, relax, and let me do the torquing. Grass everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Unless you want to drink model river water. Color may have been the wrong word. Didn't Enzo introduce a new Macros uncompatible alternative? I don't know. I haven't watched the newsletters in ages. I know they introduced something, but I don't know what. So yeah. That's thin and long, so catenary poles. No, but you can do that. Don't ask me how, but yes. Next station, Flusswasserbahnhof. Street light. Hi, hello Hans, welcome. Probably not. Uh, I jumped. Hold on. There we go. Johan, stream's gonna end very soon. Yeah, that's something at least. So immediately melting is still better than immediately molting, I guess. Better be snow than none. Yeah, but even worse, molting. Just imagine that, yeah, snow molting. That's a thought. Now that's a Doctor Who plot. Yeah. Um, 15 minutes till the end. I don't really feel like placing more grass, so I'm just gonna show the other project that Brand hooked me on. So far, it's just called Shortline. Uh, Nothing official about it, but yeah, it's work in progress. I'm working on it from time to time. Just figuring stuff out, I guess. But yeah, that's it pretty much, I guess. There's nothing more to it. So yeah, that's Shortline, everyone. A new thing that Brand hooked me on. We'll see if that gets anywhere. Probably will not. That's not up for me. Could be the Christmas special this year. You should write it. Set it in and they'll shoot it. Would be nice. Belarusian Woodland. Yeah, that's one of the routes in for TRS22. I actually haven't really checked that one out in the games yet. Hold on. Oh, that's what. Oh, that was this was. Yeah, this is big. Looks like this big looks like that area on Kisar County too. Hmm. Ooh, paper. Yeah. And I'll see if it loads. I did. Yes. I'm sorry. It's a paper fucking route. What is this? Fucking damn it. And yeah, that's a route, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really driven on it yet, so I cannot really tell you about it anything. But yeah, very dark. But yeah. Very empty, very typical. Uh, yeah. I don't really know what to like tell you about this one. Lighting is definitely fucked. To reset it, it would look much better already, just with the default lighting. Now I can actually see shit, you know? But yeah. How the fuck does this shit end up always getting favor is beyond me. Like, what the fuck is this section, for example? Like, this makes no fucking sense. So just going along in the middle of the fucking forest, suddenly just two houses, old station buildings, for what? You know, of course, just single line forest with a backdrop in the back, you know, not trying to hide it at all. Very basic, very bland, very fucking empty. Doesn't even use turp effects. What? I don't even know which games is it for. Is it TRS22 DLC or this feels like a Trains 12 DLC if anything, honestly. But whatever. It's so fucking weird, these routes. Not worth it, honestly. Cosmopolitan is a Tain route. Okay, I see. Or at least Tain compatible. Yeah, Tain compatible. Panel on the HST between the lights was blue. Interesting. Lighting does look like it's for Tain. Yeah, absolutely. Route itself is quite fun, but you can see that the scenery is quite dated and not very detailed. Yep, better a fun out that's not very detailed than a detailed out that's not very fun. Why not both? It's not like it's hard to make something that's both looking good and fun to play. Must be where they hit the gold in World War II. That's where the invaders have their latest lair, I tell you. I have a feeling I put too much detail in my DLC routes. Yeah, absolutely. I have a feeling I put too much detail in my freeware routes. You know? Same DLC. Yeah, okay, from what I've heard about. Imagine how quickly the MVR would have been done if I had known this before. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you saw the emptiness of that route. This is a Tain route, also very fucking empty. It's just got a backdrop. You can see the backdrop here in the picture. This is a TS12 route. The exact same style, replicated in this, and then there's this, the exact same style. Actually, this got me interested in something. I know where this location is on the route. The location on the route is like here somewhere. Where the fuck are all the trees? I know it's here. Ha 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 ha. Very nice, very wonderful. All the trees are here, where the promo pictures have been taken, you know. But then you move out up here, starting to get a bit more emptier. You leave the mountain area completely. Is this out of the mountain area? No, it's not. But you see, you're starting to get these swaths of empty land and empty mountains. It's slowly starting. I believe over here. Is this here? Yeah. Then you get to this. What the fuck is this? They don't even bother putting the fake 2D backdrop in anymore. You know? Paradise, you've overdone your route. Let's go further. It looks like it should be fields, right? Yeah. Honestly, I don't know what to tell you. Look at this. Are those trees even rotated differently? Maybe. It's a line of the exact same tree with just another tree type off to the side a little bit and another tree just every so often. It's just surface and some trees at the edge and empty land further on. I guess someone could find it fun to drive here, but I certainly find it underwhelming just looking at it from, anything. Like, okay, fine, let's go. Let's go cab mode. What do you see? I see empty hills, a relatively empty grassland next to the tracks. I guess this view is not really that bad. Let's go here. You can see that the trees are just repeating themselves. They're all exactly same height. There's no variation really other than the rotation. On the other side, you just see a line of trees and then nothing behind them. But yeah, sure. Because, I mean, it makes sense because of the hill anyway, so not really anything you can do about that. Look over here, you see the empty hills in the background. I don't know, like, how... I don't know, like... I guess that's supposed to represent distant mountains. I guess that's what they were aiming for. That was a more extreme example. I don't know if it was on this end. Hold on. Need to find it. Yeah, like you looked out this way, it's just the great grass. I really don't know what to feel about this route. It's not like it's the only route that does it. So yeah. I put the same amount of detail in my DLC on... Yeah, for DLC and freeware also. Yeah. Someone gonna raise the bar for the other creators. Yep, sure dice, it's your time to shine. That one looks more detailed now, to be fair. South Real Mountain is more detailed. I see. Well, the Real Mountains border on the Eurasian plains, no? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. At some point it just gave up. Currently. Guess this may look different if you play from the cab view. I mean, I did. It was boring, bland, and empty, is what it felt like. And on the promo pictures here, they have more trees than you can find anywhere on the route. So yeah. Wherever is due, some areas of this route do look rather surreal. Yeah, definitely. Some of them are nice, but most of it not really for me. I can't imagine. I can't imagine living in that, not just playing anything in that, you know. Multiplayer session for the route is also quite fun because they only bother to set up speed limits in one direction, and then made the multiplayer session to mostly go the other way. Over half of the trains are oriented to the side that does not have speed limits set. Wonderful. The European places are pretty much the great grass, if that's them. Yeah, but they are at least more interesting in real life than in the game, honestly. You show Chiyoda branch lines? Yeah, sure. Very short one. Imagine if you load into Saudi roll around and found a layer called promotional foliage. That's all. Yep. But yeah. It's a Chiyoda branch line. Relatively short, but already more interesting. So yeah. I believe this is a Tane route as well, or TS12, not sure. It already looks better. More inviting and more fun. Even though it's rather small, you know. Yeah. But yeah. Despite it being like basic building style, the way it's built is like very basic just stuff, but it looks good regardless, you know. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. But yeah, you get the idea of this one as well. This one is better than the other routes. Anyways, I'm overtime now, so I should be ending. Imagine if you don't. I like this one. Does this one have sessions? Chiyoda? It's got delivery time, morning rush, and rush hour. It does have some sessions. It's been a long time since I played it. Now, there's something about Hellsville that made me back in, I think, Trains. I don't know. Hold on. Did this come out in with Trains 19? I think this was a Trains 19 route. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I don't know what it is about this one, but it really caught my attention back in the day, and honestly, it was one of the better routes. Like the one of the few that I considered really good. Same for the TRS19 version of the Cornish mainline and branches. Canadian Rocky Mountains, while it isn't really fun, they are absolutely stunning in scenery. There's Hinton Division, which is fun and it's relatively good looking as well. I like that. Haven't really played on this one, so I cannot tell you about that. This one is fun. You can see the scenery end, but you know it's the same basic style building of like this and this, but at least it's fun to drive on. And there's this one, which is essentially Hellsville, I guess, extended. You saw me drive on one of the uh, streams long time ago, and I said that yeah, it's not really fun to drive, but honestly, compared to everything else that comes with TRS22, this is the second most fun route. The first most fun route that I found so far is Datsun Junction, the model railroad, this one. I don't know why. There's something about this one that's just very fun and it's very appealing to look at. I didn't play Litkar Tulu, so I cannot tell you about this one. Neither did I play Midwestern Branch. Um, Average Axel was absolutely fucking amazing. This is back in the time when routes still had style. It was fun, it was good looking, it was amazing. Mojave Subdivision. It was. That's not really. I mean, I don't. I don't think I would say it was directly fun, but it was on the better side by a lot, and it looks good. Haven't played really the industrial parks. I cannot really tell you about that. Neither Talban. Looks interesting, but it's not fun at all. Haven't really touched Schwaningerland in ages. Season Town was fun and looked relatively good despite it being sometimes very bland and empty. Sabino Lake. Amazing, honestly. It looks good. It's fun. It's absolutely amazing. This one. I haven't really played Settler and Carlisle, so I cannot really tell you about that. I haven't really played any of these either. Warwick Volangra. One time I tried it. I said no. Pretty much. That's it. Just end. No more. I didn't really find this fun. Nor interesting, really. And West from Denver is stunning visually. Honestly, just mwah, chef's kiss. But is it fun? Somewhat for me, yes, actually. I would rate it around the same as Mojave Subdivision when it comes to fun. And a lot better on the looks than anything included in the fucking game, honestly. West from Denver has had real love put into it. And it's seasonal. It looks good, it's modern, it's seasonal, it utilizes everything Trains has to offer. This one is a true work of art. This is definitely worthy of a DLC. It's not my favorite, but I'm gonna rate it the best out of everything. Because this one's actually really good. And then there's this abomination, which honestly, no, don't. Just don't. So yeah. Gonna end the stream. Gonna read the chat. Like that too. Okay, see you Saturday. Lighting Defo Tain or Pretty Argentina anyway. Nice. Pretty sure this wasn't Tain. I'm not sure which one anymore. Scenery of Hellsoul already looked shit in Tain and it hasn't aged well. Honestly, in my opinion, it aged quite good compared to some of the other stuff that you can see on the routes, on the other routes. Hellsoul is definitely not the worst. It didn't age the best, but it feels like it didn't age at all. It's like the same still, But it feels definitely a lot better than it did. Than the other routes do, sorry. That's what definitely included in 10. Yeah, I think it was a 10 route, yeah. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Cannot unpin it. Whatever. It's a previous version, perhaps. I wonder how the updated version of Hellsville held up, but not for the money. I guess. Canadian Rocky Mountains has great scenery in the distance, but up close is quite lacking. Yeah, that's also true. Inland Division, the Hinton Division has an issue where several passenger stations are rotated the wrong way and mess up the track. This one is all in TRS22. Yeah, it's an unfortunate bug. Does make it unplayable, unfortunately. So just sparsely placed trees with some ground clutter bits. of wood and stones. Yeah, I didn't say it's the best looking, but it does look good. It's hard to have some amazing city, but the route itself is boring. It's the good old Milwaukee road. Oh yeah. That was single-handedly created my love for those lovely orange locals and American mountain electrics. Yep. Sabino Lake was great, yeah. Oh yeah, Southern Carolina is good old Hell's Junction. None of them was great in 2009, but it has long overstayed its welcome and they made their routes less realistic since then. Yeah, absolutely. That's also true. Hell's Junction. Follow 4F, spear, Costa sounds. Oh yes. No weapon, please. Show weapon, please. No, I will not. West of them reminds me a little of one of the older routes, although back then I had much less skill than I do now. Yeah. I always wondered what the route looks like. West from Denver. Okay, let me show weapon then. No! Fuck. Just real quick, I'm gonna show you Appen. This is Appen. Hope you like it. Old. It looks like shit. Very small. Very worthless. It's a small, like, industrial branch, but why everyone hates it is simply for the reason that it costs, what, 20 euro for this? Nah, fam. Doesn't even look good anymore. It never did, but yeah. Where is West from Denver? Load this one up then. Okay, but I don't think it's worth to buy it. Not going any paper else myself. Oh, a pin message. Yay, we are saved. I'll press a pin message. But certainly, bye bye. I'm gonna rebuild happen. That moment when you realize you've clicked wrong, but it's already too late. That's it. Do like the room furniture though. Yeah, pretty much. This has to be the only route I've seen that uses the gray texture as a feature. It wasn't even meant to be like that. There's the rest of the route. What do you mean the rest of the route? Appen doesn't have rest of the route. Now this is west from Denver. Um, not sure. I believe is this Denver? Yeah, this is Denver. Has to load in. But yeah, it looks relatively empty on this side and stuff, but it really like it does work out very well to, you know, make it not only feel good but also look good. It's a very like specific like it. I can't really like describe it properly. Something my driving distance. Let's fix that. It runs relatively well as well. And yet, like, the scenery always keeps on changing, even though it's like repetitive in some places. It's how do you say it? Like it's still keeping itself interesting. Yeah, sure, you can see the edge of the baseboard here and there, but with the way just the route is laid out, anyways, I don't really see the same problem. Like on other routes, definitely I would see a lot of this shit as a problem. Like, okay, yeah, I admit this here is fucking empty. But what it lacks down here, it makes up for in here. It's absolutely elegant and marvelous to climb through these mountains. Alright, hold on. Yeah, and that's just the view from up above. Like, let me go on like the cab view, right? You see this? It's so good, you know? Of course, there's a tunnel. Go through it to the other side, somewhere around here. Yeah, here. And still, it looks so fucking good. And it runs relatively well as well. Like, I'm at the full drawing distance of 22 kilometers. I'm getting more than 30 FPS. It's absolutely amazing. Look at that little industry in here. Look at this. It's so good. The detail, the scenery, the splines, the turf effects, the clutter, the PBR textures, it works everything so well together. This is how you make a route. Hey, whatever, we're almost at the end here. Let me actually go to the end. Like, look at that. This is absolutely amazing and stunning, this one. It's not my favorite route. Mainly because it doesn't really have the aspects of the game that I enjoy. Or like the stuff that I'm looking for in a route. But it has the looks. You know, I honestly, this route has had love put into it, and I'm gonna end the stream now because yeah, I've got well over time. Would you prefer a multiplayer session of West from Denver sometime? Does it have a multiplayer session? I don't think it has one, but we'll see. Uh, so I just yep. Do they have the iconic station at Denver? Pretty much. It's White Wavy one. I think so. Yeah. Can't remember now. Fuck. Not sure which era this route set in present time. Really like West from Denver though. The performance could be better. Honestly, the performance of West from Denver is the best for me. Of all the DLC routes on full on mountains with all the detail, everything in that, it just runs so well. I can't complain really. It's good. The route itself is great. Yeah, okay. I don't need to go now, unfortunately. Yep, thank you. Yep, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you had a wonderful day, evening, night, morning, afternoon, whatever, whenever, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.